Hey there, race fans. It's Race Day Top 5 with me, Frank 5. Happy Saturday to everybody out there in the United States today. It is a beautiful day here in North Carolina, and it's also a beautiful day for some NASCAR racing. And this weekend, we are at the Charlotte Roval. It's the Charlotte Roval weekend, and it's playoff elimination weekend, everybody. And it's a great day to be at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Today, I will be attending today's NC Drive for the Cure 250. And this race is an elimination race for the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs, where today, 8 drivers will move on to the round of 8, and 4 others will be left wondering, dang, what could we have done differently? It's a big day for a lot of these teams. So entering today's race, we have, of course, the 8 drivers above the cutoff line. Sammy Smith, off that impressive surprise win last week at Talladega, getting the win. He's advanced to the round of 8. The other drivers above the cutoff line include Chandler Smith, Austin Hill, Cole Custer, Sheldon Creed, Jesse Love, Riley Herbst, and AJ Allmendinger. Those drivers are above the cutoff line. Not all of them are locked in, but some of them are feeling pretty good about their chances to point their way into the next round. Now, the 4 drivers that are below the cutoff line that could either point in or must win are Justin Allgaier, Shane Van Gisbergen, or SVG as we like to call him, Sam Mayer, and Parker Kligerman in his final full-time season in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Those 4 drivers are going to try their best to get above the cutoff line at the end of the day so they have a chance to move into the round of 8 and compete for the championship. But, as mentioned, only 8 drivers can advance. 4 will be left wondering what could have been. So which drivers will advance and which ones won't? It'll be an interesting race today, especially on a little bit of a new configuration to the Charlotte Roval. We'll explain it as we get into this video, but I hope you're all excited as I am. I can't wait to get to the Roval. I got some things to finish up, but then we're going to be off and running. So let's get this day started, baby. Now I'm sitting in my car getting ready to drive to the racetrack. It takes me normally half an hour to get to the speedway, and just can't wait to get this race started today at 4 o'clock. It is a beautiful day, and I just went outside and not a cloud in the sky. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some by the midday hours, but it's just so gorgeous out here, and the weather's perfect. It's a nice breeze, not too hot. Of course, I've got sunscreen tag because you don't want to risk a sunburn, of course. So let's get to the track, baby. Well, before I have to go to the track, we are low on supplies and accessories needed for tailgates, so that's why I decided to come to Publix. They've got everything you need. Well, race fans, it is official. We here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, baby. They got practice going on for the Cup Series right now. The Xfinity Series lineup is already set for the race, and Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG, who needs to win this race or could realistically point his way in, is the man on pole. Now, are we really shocked about that? No. But I'm really excited for this race today, and it's a beautiful day. God bless this glorious day today at Charlotte. God bless. Just beginning our trek now to get inside of the track. Qualifying for the Cup Series just wrapped up. And what do you know? SVG is on the pole for tomorrow's Cup race. So it's going to be probably the SVG show this weekend. But we're excited for the Xfinity Series race today. And fans starting to file into the race right now. I've arrived at Merchandise Avenue. A lot of fans getting their gears for this weekend. Of course, there have been some new releases in the merchandise on the internet the last couple of weeks and months, so if you haven't been to the race really, now's the time to come and get them. And I definitely think this place will be very packed tomorrow. That's a guarantee.
Right over here. Let's talk about some fun production vehicles out here. You want to? Oh, I would love to. What you got? You got let's see a Sequoia over here. We got the all-new Lincoln.
I took the elevator as the easy way to get up here to our seats. Wanted to climb, but you can't always get what you want, can you? And now, money shot time. Oh yes. What a glorious sight with blue skies. And there's that hairpin we've been talking about. Well, that is one very sweet gesture. As many of you know, this will be Doug Rice's final weekend
calling races for PRN at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Not his tenure, he still has one more race left, and that'll be in Las Vegas. But this is the last time that Doug will call races for PRN at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and they put Doug's last lap as one of the logos celebrating his 36 years of broadcasting. Such a great gesture and recognition of Doug's phenomenal career in broadcasting NASCAR. We're going to miss him so much, and we're going to cherish this final weekend listening to him on the radio. It'll be a blast. Thank you, Doug, for all the memories and all the great calls. We'll miss you.
All right, Charlotte Motor Speedway, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Please welcome Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina employees, 7-year breast cancer survivor Michelle Adams, 2-year breast cancer survivor Jackie Baker, and 4-month breast cancer survivor Candace Beasley.
Here we go, baby! Elimination time. 8 advance, 4 will not. Who will they be? Stay tuned.
They've got the outside looking in. G-Man is working. He's up front right now. Davis will off a victory. Cap off his stride. Get into the playoffs.
Pace cars off. This is it. Elimination time at the Roval. Who advances? Who doesn't? It's time to go racing. Here they come to the restart zone. And green flag, and we're away. It's so small, but yet can pose a massive issue for any of these guys. We have a problem with one of our playoff contenders. Sheldon Creed has come on the pit road because he's complaining about the car being stuck in second gear. And that's something you don't want to have in a road course where you're shifting pretty much all the time through the various sections, especially when it comes to braking. So they're going to work on the number 18 car, but could provide a massive blow to his chances to advance around the main. That's, if this eliminates him, what a shame. Over to the restart, and we're back at it. We are under caution again. As you can see, Matt DiBenedetto hit the barrier over there at turn number 6. Now he's got the car back going, but unfortunately, we're restarting the time, and that's another yellow. All right, another restart. Let's get a couple laps of green in here, shall we? And we're off. Here comes the bigger green line. Charlotte Creed also got involved. That's 2 playoff drivers. Well, the Roval strikes once again.
Playoff drivers there you see on
going to work on the 98 and the 18 car, as well as the 28 car, Ryan Sieg. You see Brennan Poole being towed away. He was also caught up in it. A lot of the cars being towed away on the front straightaway. Everybody climbed down their cars that were involved in wrecks. That's a sign that they're okay. But, unfortunately, a lot of chaos here in the front straightaway off the final corner. And 2 of our playoff drivers are sitting on pit road with French race cars and possibly are going to find themselves eliminated. Cars coming off the pit road right there. Three-lap dash to conclude the stage. Here they go. Sheldon Creed from the playoffs, and that will pretty much bring it close to the stage. And that means Justin Allgaier has stayed out. He's going to get a stage point. And by that, I mean a stage win. Big moment for the 17.
And Perez, Red Perez.
The stage is officially concluded, and it's Justin Allgaier. The gamble to stay out paid off, especially with that caution for the stalled 18 car. That's a total of about 18 points that those 7 cars collected today. They came in below the cutoff line. Now they've acquired 18 stage points. Can he hold on for a solid finish and use those points in advance? We'll see.
On the inside.
It's the final stage of the Roval. It's time to make everything count. Final stage underway. Green flag. to the inside. Clear. But Kligerman gets the back. And here comes Allmendinger. Mayer's going to run the inside.
Hold the phone. This thing may not be over, folks. I thought it was over, but after close replay, Kligerman probably did not get to the line before the lights came on. So we may not be done yet. Hold on.
So they just crossed the line. I did not see the checkered flag, so it's determined by just a few inches. Michael Kligerman did not win this race yet, and it's not over. We're going to have overtime at the Roval. If you wanted drama, this is drama. First attempt at a green light checker. Kligerman and Mayer in the front row. Here they come. Side by side, green flag. wins and advances. Allmendinger second, SVT third, Austin Hill fourth, Chandler Smith is fifth. And doing the calculation as they come to the line, side by side, marks. Sam Mayer has advanced. Parker Kligerman is left heartbroken. And wow, what a win.
AJ Allmendinger.
Look at that! Lefty! And he's officially disappeared from the scene. Nope, there he is.
Told me this weekend that he had to remain calm, remain focused to get the win. He did exactly that. For the second straight year, Sam Mayer wins in walk-off fashion to move on to the round of eight. How do you continue to rise up in these high-pressure situations?
And it's all thanks to good Lord above. You know, like he's blessed me with a lot of issues this year, learning moments. But yeah, to come out here to Charlotte Roval Speedway, go back to back with a fast car. QPS Deployment Chevrolet was certainly a fast Xfinity, and to do it at home is something special. Thanks y'all for coming out. We appreciate it so much. Man, this one car was fast today, but we certainly had to work for it there.
Yeah, you worked for it. Incredible racing between you and Parker Kligerman. Respectful racing. That pass, though, in turn 7, the new turn, at what point did you know you could overtake Parker?
Yeah, you know, like, we were all crossed up, getting up in there. I was loose into 6, and I knew that it was my only shot if I got a good angle into that corner. And he blocked the bottom, which was good for me, and it gave me a better angle off the corner. And this QPS Deployment Chevrolet hooked up, and we were gone from there. It was something super special, and now I get to celebrate.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Elation from Sam Mayer. Dave, on the other side of that, heartbreak for Parker Kligerman and his team.
You gotta believe it, Kim. How are you processing this right now?
Dave, I've done this interview you're doing, and it's always tough from that side. It's really tough from this side. I won't lie. I'm not cheered up when I thought we got it there with the white flag, and the caution comes out, and then I had to refocus, and I was like, hey, I watched AJ in the Cup race last year nail a bunch of whatever years it was, nail restarts. So I was like, if I want to be this level, I gotta nail this restart. We did that, and I thought I cut off turn 7 enough, but he somehow got below me, and then it was, on from there, and we got damage, and it was full contact. Sam didn't do anything egregious. It was hard racing, but as close as you could be to the line. I said I want to cry. I'm not going to cry, but I really love this game. I just really wanted that, and I would have meant the world. But it meant the world to be in that position. And thank you to Scott Borchett at Everett Spike Coors. That would have made this possible. Maybe Machine Racing, they called the strategy. I didn't agree with it. I wanted to go for points, but they were right. Put us in a position to go and get that. And God, I was dragging my heart out for that last run, but I need 5 more feet or something. I don't know, but and I think if it went green in the end, we had it. Like we had a gap built to the one, and I don't know. I don't know how to process this. It's going to take a while, but just really thankful to be in this, to have the opportunity, and God, I love this game. I want to get a trophy.
I talked yesterday about how much you love this and the pressure and rising up. Let's talk about that 5 feet short. We can show it to you on the monitor here if we can get our monitor over here to you. It was very, very tight.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. You're kidding me. What? I don't know. I've seen enough from the TV side, you know, what that, you know, the heart wrench and guttedness these people go through during that moment, and that's part of the sport. It's why people buy tickets. It's why they're watching the CW. And I'm thankful to be in the position, to have the opportunity in my life. I've loved this so much, and I just really want to get to the next round, but it's not to be. So we'll go try to get a chicken flag one of these next ones, and you know, be as fast as we can.
If you're a lucky guy, who loved watching that today. What a fight from Parker Kligerman.
Parker Kligerman, boy, what class.
These sunsets, especially at this time of the year in North Carolina, they don't get any better than that. Wow.
Wow! Are there even words to describe what we witnessed today? I think not. I'm at a loss for words on what I saw today. What a thrilling conclusion to the round of 12 at the Charlotte Roval today. Amazing racing from start all the way even to overtime. That was absolutely insane. Thrilling racing, side-by-side battles, a lot of carnage. I tell you what, the configuration of adding another mini straightaway in the infield, which leads to a turn 6, and that sharp hairpin at turn 7, I love it. That was a lot of entertaining racing down there. You saw a lot of beating and banging. A couple guys got into each other, some spins in that section. Gonna be a little bit of a preview of what tomorrow could be, but man, oh man, was that a lot of fun today. And at the very end, Sam Mayer is victorious, and he won the NC Drive for the Cure 250 and has officially punched his ticket to the round of 8. After being disqualified from last week's race at Talladega, Mayer knew coming into this race, a race where he has been successful before. Of course, he's the defending winner of this race, where he also won in a must-win situation. He came in today knowing he had to win. He had to have a great result. He needed to get some stage points, and he needed to beat his competition. Well, at the beginning of the race, he nearly shot himself in the foot when he jumped the start. NASCAR penalized him. He started the pass-through, but he came ripping through the field. That car was on fire today. I mean, he didn't burn, but he was just passing guys. That was the fastest car on this track today, in my opinion. But he just got himself up there, was able to keep touch with the leaders for a lot of the race, led a lot of laps at the very end. It looked like it was going to be his race, and of course, then we had a late race yellow that really changed a lot of things with 14 to go. Guys stuck down pit road. Shane Van Gisbergen, one of the playoff drivers, elected to stay out, which I think was a massive mistake, because a lot of guys behind him were coming on the fresh tires, and he just kept fading, especially when he got passed by Parker Kligerman, another playoff driver who needed to win today's race. He knew if he wanted to continue his drive to the playoffs and what is officially his final year as a full-time Xfinity driver, he had to get by SVG, and he got the job done with about 11 laps to go. And even with Sam Mayer and AJ Allmendinger closing in, Kligerman did everything he needed to do to stay in front. And when the caution came out, literally as he came to the line, I thought, that was it. Parker Kligerman's the winner. But the replay showed, by just a few inches, he was short of the line as the caution lights came on. Now, for people that are wondering, why didn't Kligerman get the win? Why did they throw the yellow flag right after the white flag, signifying the race over? The yellow flag does not signal when the race could be over in that moment. It's the caution lights. And when you look closely at the replay, the caution lights came on just a few inches before Kligerman crossed that line. That's the difference between us going into overtime versus Parker Kligerman possibly winning this race and punching his ticket to the next round. So we ended up having overtime. He took the outside lane for the restart, but Sam Mayer stuck with him the entire time, did not give up, and Mayer was able to take the lead from Parker Kligerman as they went through turns 6 and 7. He got the lead, and he did not look back, and that's the difference with Sam Mayer winning the race, and he has locked himself into the next round of the playoffs. Unfortunately for Parker Kligerman, he had to win this race. It was a must-win for him, given how far back he was in points. And unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. I mean, your heart goes out to him. I feel for him. I mean, he was just a few inches of getting to the next round. Unfortunately, the racing gods did not give him the win today. And thus, he has been eliminated from the playoffs. So with Sam Mayer's win, he has advanced along with his teammate, Sammy Smith, who won last week's race at Talladega. Chandler Smith made on points, so did Cole Custer, Austin Hill, AJ Allmendinger. Justin Allgaier, who came in below the cutoff line today, did what he needed to do, scored some stage points, stayed out towards the end of stage number 2, and got the stage win. And that helped him propel himself into the playoffs and onto the next round. After what was a terrible round of 12 for the 17, they got the job done today. A solid 7th place. They're on. At the end of the race in overtime, Jesse Love was beginning to fade, and it looked like he was going to be the one possibly eliminated, depending on what happened on the front. But he came down pit road, got tires, and he came flying through the field, passing a lot of guys. He even said in the post-race interview he probably made a few enemies out there, but he got the positions he needed and got in by 2 points unofficially over Shane Van Gisbergen, and Jesse Love will advance to the final next round of the playoffs. So the drivers of the playoffs at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, that are not making it are Shane Van Gisbergen, Riley Herbst, Sheldon Creed, and Parker Klagerman. Of course, if you saw the big wreck of the straightaway, Herbst and Creed were the unfortunate victims of that wreck, and that pretty much was the nail in the coffin as far as their chances to make it to the next round. So it definitely sucks for those two guys. Of course, Creed is going to be joining the Haas team next year, but he would have loved to get at least one more run in his only year with Joe Gibbs Racing in the playoffs. Unfortunately, it's just not meant to be. And Riley Herbst, of course, we don't know what his future is, but unfortunately, things did not go his way today. They just didn't have the calling on it. SVG, I understand the reason why they stayed out, but looking back on it, they're going to regret that, and they're going to be probably second-guessing themselves. But at the end of the day, what a thrilling, entertaining race at the Charlotte Roval for the Xfinity Series. I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. Must-see TV for everybody in attendance that watched this thing. Hope you got your money's worth. So with that being said, we will be back here tomorrow for the Bank of America Roval 400, another elimination race, another section of the playoffs where 12 drivers are battling it out to try to make it to the next round. William Byron is the only playoff driver that knows he's advancing because of the points he earned through the first 2 races. So for positions 2 through 12 will be a massive battle tomorrow to find out which 7 drivers will join Byron into the round of 8 and which 4 drivers are going to be left thinking, man, what do we do to deserve to be eliminated? But I thoroughly enjoyed this race a lot, and I can't wait for tomorrow's Bank of America Roval 400. Remember, it starts at 2 o'clock Eastern on NBC. For all that's coming to the track, I hope you all have a safe journey to get here, and I cannot wait for tomorrow's race and find out who gets into the next round and who does not make it. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Subscribe, like. Congrats to Sam Mayer on his big win, and congrats to the drivers that advanced to the round of 8 in the Xfinity Series playoffs. Have a great night, everybody. Let's go racing. Hey there, race fans. It's Race Day Top 5 with me, Frank 5. Happy Race Day, everybody. It is Sunday, October the 13th, and today it's Elimination Day at the Charlotte Roval, where today the NASCAR Cup Series will prepare themselves as they take on the Bank of America Roval 400, where yesterday we saw that thrilling Xfinity Series race send 8 drivers to the round of 8 and eliminated 4 drivers that were part of the round of 12 and are no longer part of the championship battle. We will do the same thing again today. 12 drivers, still part of the playoffs, but at the end of the day, only 8 will advance. Right now, the only driver that knows he's locked into the next round of the playoffs today is William Byron off of his results the first 2 races of this round at Kansas and Talladega. The drivers above the cutoff line right now are Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, and Chase Elliott. The 4 drivers below the cutoff line that are trying to get themselves above the cutoff line at the end of the day, Joey Logano, Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez, and Chase Briscoe. It's going to be a battle for these guys today. After what we saw again with that race yesterday with the new configurations, the shorter straightaway in the infield leading to a new turn 6, and a sharp hairpin at turn 7, and a little bit of a wider apex in the final few corners at turn 16 on the main straightaway, it's going to be a very entertaining race today. So who will come out on top? Who will see themselves advance to the next round? And who will be left wondering what could have been? I don't know, but I can't wait to get to this race today. So let's get to it. Let's get this race day started. We are now here outside of Charlotte Motor Speedway at our parking lot area. And a lot of fans begin to file and everything. And just once again, bless the good Lord for a beautiful day of weather today. The sun is shining, blue skies, hardly a cloud in the sky. It's just a pitch perfect day for some NASCAR racing. on a oval road course portion, as we call it, the Roval. It's just a glorious day for racing. Can't wait to watch these guys battle out for 109 laps and 400 kilometers on this phenomenal race circuit. And over here we have our tailgate area on the back of my father's Jeep. We have the big white pop-up tent. We've got our chairs out here, our lounge chairs. We got cooler bags. We've got bocce ball in case we decide to play it. And over here we've got 2 iPads for 2 different reasons. One is to, power up with Wi-Fi. The other one is my iPad, which I got hooked up when we got the NFL London game going on right now between the Jaguars and the Bears. So good to have some football in the early morning, especially when they're playing across the pond before a NASCAR race. Starting to begin my trek to heading over to the Speedway right over there. Had a really nice tailgate, had some delicious hamburgers, but now we are beginning our walking progress. Getting our steps in. Feels good. Standing here at the merchandise tents. Got everything you need from past, present, everything you can find. Give it a little Coke stand, and now look at all of these flags and sheet metal. So much. Look at all the carnage that these cars and trucks have taken a beating over the years. My goodness. I know it may be October, but it is really warm out here, and you know what? Getting an ice cream on a day like this, not a bad idea. Welcome, race fans, to the Bank of America Roval 400. Why, thank you very much. We shall have a good time, hopefully. About to now walk up the hill to where we will scan our tickets to get an entry. You know the golden rule, no ticket, no entry. And not to mention, this is a nice climb for your calf muscles. I mean, look at my legs. Getting a little workout in. Another important thing I would like to mention before we get ready for the race today, today's honorary Grand Marshals to start the race are soon-to-be future Hall of Famers, Carl Edwards and Ricky Rudd, members of the 2025 Hall of Fame class. So it's pretty cool to have them here. And also waving the green flag for today after doing tremendous work and helping out all the people affected by Hurricane Helene, former Rouse driver Greg Biffle, a good Samaritan. God bless Greg Biffle for all he's done with his work and helping those who are being affected gravely by this hurricane. So a big shout out to him. I can't wait to see him drop the green flag and get this thing started today. We're about to go find our seats. Let's hope we can be there in time. About to enter our section. Time for another money shot live. What a glorious sight. Look at that section. Oh, someone's getting booed. Oh boy! It's Denny Hamlin. Why am I not surprised? Well, we are in for a show today. And as you all know, today will be the last time on that Charlotte Motor Speedway or any of the tracks owned by Marcus Smith. And we'll not hear Doug Bryce anymore. Today is his final Charlotte Motor Speedway call. Doug, we can't thank you for all of the great broadcasts you brought us. Have one final good one, my friend, here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we can't thank you enough for what you've done for PRN. We'll miss you.
Inches of rain on the ground, and now they're gearing up for another 10 to 15 plus inches. Extreme flood risk, historic flood risk.
Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Please welcome NASCAR Hall of Fame Class of 2025 inductees Ricky Rudd and Carl Edwards.
Engines are fired, hearts are pumping, the tension is ramping up. The Roval starts in just a few minutes.
Junior wins by 6 1/1000ths of a second. Holy cow.
SVG and Reddick on the front row. Green flag, and we're underway at the Roval.
over SVG in the middle of turns 13, 14. Then it's AJ and Charlotte Roval.
It looks like the intensity meter has picked up a little bit here at the start of stage 2. Larson leads them through the chicane. 3 corners of Shane Van Gisbergen, and then it's AJ Allman. Really good races right there in front. Then you get
They're working on the rear of the 45 of Tyler Reddick. He better get going. The pack's about ready to take the green.
Action is bubbling up on Tyler Reddick's car, so we'll keep an eye on that. But we
Hurry up, Reddick. Get going. There he goes.
We're ready to go.
Restart. Restart zone. Here we go. That's what you call family bonding right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Audrey's turn to be able to celebrate with Dad and go collect the checkered flag. And what a win. This team finished the first round of the playoffs with a dominant win. In Bristol, they finished the second round of the playoffs with a dominant win here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway at the Roval. Hey, Kyle, special delivery from Audrey. Here you go, a checkered flag. How about that? This moment for the Larson family. Boy, let's talk about this win for you guys. How was this to have a non-pressure packed day for you?
Yeah, no, it's really it's the first time in my playoff career I've not been like close to the cut line, so it was good to kind of have a little bit stress-free of a weekend, and I think the first time I've been here without crashing, maybe besides the other time I won. So good weekend. Thanks to HendrickCars.com, Hendrick Automotive Group. Obviously we're here at Hendrick's home and got so many of the people there, people here from there. So gonna be fun to celebrate with them. Thanks to Cliff Daniels, Chevrolet, GM too. It's known that I don't really use the sim much, and I was in the sim this week. So huge thank you guys there. It really helped me get into a rhythm, I think, early on, and help us kind of fine tune our car too. So hats off to everybody there, and Ginger Robin Bar Prime. It's awesome having Audrey here. We've got an 8:40 p.m. flight. I think we're gonna miss that probably, but we'll catch Owen and Caitlin and Audrey and Cabo. We're going to Cabo this week, and hopefully make it there. So
I was going to ask you, you celebrated with Owen because you guys had a boys' weekend. Did Audrey see that and say, hey, when's my turn, Dad?
Actually, well, yeah. So, I mean, it's great to have Audrey here, but the reason why we're here is Owen was off racing this week in Oklahoma with Caitlin and Cooper, and Audrey had a baseball game yesterday, so we had to stay here for that. But it's always fun getting to hang out with your kids and get to have these special moments. I know she was jealous to see Owen at Bristol, and glad to have this moment with her.
Kyle Larson wraps up the round of 12 with a big win here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway at the Roval, Dave Burns.
And then your team had to recover from what happened in stage 2. I think you get the Big Air Award in stage 2.
Yeah, I thought it was going to flip, but yeah, I think I was behind the 19, just trying to work the move into the inside, and I could clear him, and I thought the 3 spun and everybody on the binders coming to a stop, and of course, while that happens, me and my boss get together. It feels like I'm going to do a front flip, and then, I mean, this thing was absolutely destroyed. Just real hats off to everybody on this Monster Energy Camry. I mean, this thing couldn't go within 4 seconds of what the pace was, and we just kept working on it, and we made it a lot better for stage 3. So this is how this place can be sometimes, but it's really nice to pull this off.
You know your guys and girls so personally. By the way, there's a guy you know pretty well too. Both coming to join the party here.
Just worried she knew it was going to be an uphill climb to try to continue in the playoffs.
Getting a little extra crispy over there in Victoria Lane.
It's too early to think about that. There's something to build on with this
It's
team.
a win. That sure makes him fine.
Honestly, with tires, he's going to move forward. He's really good at this stuff, and he's got a really good car too. And they were able to make a lot of points. The better part about all this, and I guess the bittersweet piece to me, is that we still made it in the owners' championship. So we're into the next round with the owners, which is just confusing to the fans all the way through. But we'll be the silent champion. That's what we'll go for. I don't know what happened.
And now this is the part where, after a fun day of entertainment and racing, it's kind of the sad part. Everybody filing out and leaving the race track. Definitely one of the bittersweet moments, especially when you come to a race, but we all have to get home and we all have other things to do. But I hope everybody enjoyed this day today. Also admired the sky. These North Carolina skies are just glorious. Well, this is certainly a merchandise hauler. It says it's for a modern outlaw. I can tell you one thing. You won't see me wearing this type of stuff, but anybody else that wants to, your life. couple right here, celebrating 75 years of NASCAR royalty. It's only fit for a king. Just thought I'd give a quick shout out to my sister's boyfriend, who is a diehard Cowboys fan. I know he'd like this. The last time I currently checked, they are getting their butts kicked by the Lions. You know why? Because Dallas cannot stop the run. Man, that's gonna hurt them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will officially do it for this year's 2024 Bank of America Roval 400. What a long, fun day it was under beautiful skies, sun shining, and good racing all day long. And I'll tell you what, again, that new configuration, adding another straightaway, a turn 6, and that tight turn 7 hairpin, definitely made for some interesting racing out there today. But at the end of the day, it is Kyle Larson and the number 5 team advancing to the round of 8, winning today's Bank of America Roval 400. Of course, he already clinched it earlier in the race because of the amount of points that he had over the cutoff line, and other guys were struggling in the middle of the pack. It was enough for Larson to lock himself in, but he got himself the trap position at the very end of the race when, during green flag pit stops in the final stage, he was able to vault over AJ Allmendinger, who looked like had the field covered in the final stage, but Larson vaulted over him when pit stops happened. And then when caution came out with about under 20 laps to go, with the 3 car of Austin Dillon lost his wheel, it brought a caution out, and some guys decided to come down pit road and change tires, including AJ Allmendinger. But unfortunately, with the amount of laps we had left in the race, and since it went green the rest of the way, Allmendinger was never able to get back up there and recover. But Kyle Larson was able to hold on and got his 6th win of the season. A special moment with him post-race, celebrating with his daughter Audrey. It was very, very wholesome and, fun family moment. The sport is not just about racing and entertainment. It's also about being with the ones you love the most. And Kyle Larson got to experience that with his daughter today. But he got the win. Charlotte Roval finished 2nd. He also advances to the next round of the playoffs. William Byron, 3rd place, of course, already locked in entering today. He's in as well. Austin Cindric with a 4th place. Unfortunately, it is not enough, and he will not advance to the next round of the playoffs. And Chase Elliott, who unfortunately was not able to get his 3rd win of the Roval, but still did a great job today, accumulating 15 total stage points and a 5th place finish, has the number 9 car, moving on to the next round of the playoffs. The 8 drivers that do advance to the next round: Kyle Larson, Chris Roval, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, and Tyler Reddick, who mid-race I thought had no chance to advance because he was caught up in an incident over at turn 7 and it damaged the right rear toe link. They had to come down pit road, work on the right rear of that car, because at that time he was way off the pace and he was struggling, hanging on for his life. But he got that caution for the end of stage 2 to come back, work on the car, and he was one of those cars that pitted on that last caution to come and get some tires so he could pick his way up through the field and get the positions he needed to be above the cutoff line when the checker flag flew. And that happened to Tyler Reddick, and he's in to the next round of the playoffs. But while those 8 drivers advance, the 4 men that are left out, the same 4 men entering today: Joey Logano, Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez, and Chase Briscoe. You can't fault Joey Logano for not trying today. He did everything he needed to do. He got a good amount of stage points and felt like it was going to help him. But because he faded late, and with those 2 cars of AJ Allmendinger and SVG coming on the fresh tires, as well as Reddick passing a few other guys back around the top 15, it hurt the 22 of Logano, and he was not able to get the job done. Of course, Austin Cindric needed to win. He ran well all day, but unfortunately, not winning the race, it's just not enough for him to advance. And Daniel Suarez had brake problems a lot of the race when he humped over one of the curbs at the backstretch chicane, and I think that killed his car and his brakes and hurt him for the rest of the race. He just wasn't competitive. And Chase Briscoe, he knew coming in he also needed to win. In the middle of stage 2, he had a tire go down after contact with somebody, and it damaged the right rear, and he unfortunately had to park it behind the wall. He finished in his 37th spot and will not advance, and it'll be the unfortunately nail in the coffin for Stewart-Haas Racing's final year as a team in general fighting in the playoffs. They will not win another championship and go out on top. But I'll say this: Briscoe getting in with the win at Darlington, pretty doggone impressive, I might say.
But it was a lot of fun today. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like the new configuration part. Of course, I'll have a race recap video up tomorrow. The vlogs from yesterday's race and today's race, I'll put them together, and I think they'll be out by the end of the week. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed the race at the racetrack or watching from home at your television. Let me know what you think, but it was a very, very fun day. But as far as my next visit to a racetrack, I've got one more left, and it's the Paperclip Martinsville, another elimination race, and the race that will determine which 4 drivers will advance to the Championship 4. It's going to be a fun day. I cannot wait for that race. That's a couple weeks from now, so let's get through the first 2 races before we get there. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Subscribe, like, and I hope you enjoyed this racing experience and all the fun that we had at the Roval this weekend. It was a blast. I wanted to also thank Charlotte Motor Speedway for their generous hospitality, and I would also like to acknowledge all the people that were flying overhead pre-race as a sign of respect for all the men and women that were helping out with the efforts for the victims of Hurricane Helene to the western part of North Carolina. That was a classy moment pre-race. I love that moment a lot. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. And I would also like to, again, thank Charlotte Speedway for generous hospitality for every race fan this weekend. It was a lot of fun. But the round of 12 is officially concluded. A new round begins, the round of 8, and that kicks off next weekend at Las Vegas. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you all enjoyed today's race. Congrats to Kyle Larson and the 7 other drivers that advanced to the round of 8. And I'll see you all next time. Have a great night, everybody. Let's go racing.